Natalie here. I was inspired to create this video for the guests coming from Canada to Ireland for mine and Sean's wedding this summer 2023 in Ireland. We're so excited, and I've now been to Ireland 7 times with Sean, so we've seen and done a lot. So this video is just going to be sharing my top things to do, places to see, and whether you're a guest or not and you're traveling to Ireland, but I also hope that you find this helpful. So here we go. I should specify that I'm referring to the south side of Ireland, so mainly Dublin and the surrounding areas, because our wedding is in Kildare and I've really only been to that area. Also, this video is going to take me a few takes because I have this little man to entertain. But we'll keep going. The first place I'm going to talk about is Dawkey, because this was pretty much the first place that Sean brought me to in Ireland. It's a really charming, lovely village town that sits just along the coastline. So they have lots of cute butcher shops and cafes, and the roads are very windy and narrow, and it feels very much like how you would describe an Irish town. Our first real date night in Ireland was at a restaurant in Dawkey called the Villes.
Okay, so here we are in Dawkey in Ireland. We just had a beautiful dinner. Night 1 of the Christmas vacation. Feels great not to be in work. What do you think, Natalie?
It's amazing. First time in Ireland. And the next day we went to the Castle and Heritage Centre, and we did this tour, which is, they call it an immersive time travel experience, which was actually really cool. Basically just Sean and I getting this performance from these actors as though they were living in the castle during medieval times, and it was really cool. So I would suggest doing it. 2 doors down from there, there's this pretty famous Irish pub. It's called the Queen's Bar. Bono is known to frequent there. He lives in the Dawkey area, so I don't know, maybe you'll get a chance to meet Bono. But yeah, it's a really nice like bar, restaurant, and it has a great patio, so it's lovely for summer. So we've seen a lot of scenic attractions, especially as we were wedding venue hunting. We saw about 14 in total. So to name all the amazing places would just take up way too much time, but I'm going to just focus on some of my favorites. Powerscourt is also one of the first places that Sean brought me to in Ireland, and it's basically this beautiful, extravagant palace with these massive, gorgeous gardens. It used to be home to some very wealthy, important people back in the day, I'm sure, but now they have a shop, cafe, golf, they do tours, and it's just a really beautiful place to visit. Tinakilly House is a gorgeous castle country house in County Wicklow. I just fell in love with this venue. It is so dreamy and romantic, and there's these beautiful garden. I definitely recommend going during the day if you're gonna check it out, getting a coffee, tea, and just walking in the grounds. It's very much a wedding venue, so if you go during the day, then you'll be less likely to run into a wedding happening. The next is Huntington's Castle and Gardens, and this would be a really cool wedding venue for a smaller wedding. It's a beautiful 16th century castle, and there's an epic courtyard. When we went, there were like chickens and peacocks running around, and there's this lovely cafe. And we happened to go right when a tour was about to start. So we got a tour of the whole castle, and it was a really cool experience. We found out that the same family who's owned the castle for 400 years still lives there to this day. They live in a modern extension, but it's just really cool that the castle still is in the same family. They also have massive, lush gardens that feel like you're in like Harry Potter gardens. It's a really cool place. Of course, if you are attending our wedding, then you will be at this venue, Kilkea Castle. I could not mention it. Built in the 1100s. It was purchased by an Irish American recently who closed the castle for 5 years to go under restoration. They only opened the castle again just before COVID, so in 2020. They did a really exceptional job restoring the castle to be this like beautiful functional hotel. There's tennis courts, golf, a spa, a beautiful restaurant. The lodges were added so they could accommodate larger events, which makes it really ideal for a larger wedding. And yeah, if you're not there for our wedding or for a wedding, just go and walk the grounds and just appreciate its beauty, and it's just a really special place. That's all I'm gonna say. Clanard Court Hotel is in Kildare, and I can't comment on actually staying at the hotel, but they do have an alpaca farm on the property. So we went here just to visit the alpacas, and then we had dinner at the hotel, and it was a really fun time. So down the road from Kilkea Castle, about a 5-minute drive, is this fantastic Irish pub called the Moon High Cross Inn. I actually have it right on the little map on the back of our details card. So here it says good pub. So yeah, it's just a bit of a, kind of like a hidden gem, just off the highway. And it's one of those places where you walk in and you kind of feel like it's a small place, but then it just like keeps extending back. And they have this great outdoor patio, and they often have live music. So it's a real traditional Irish pub, but they have this exceptional chef there. I think he used to work at like a 5-star hotel. Maybe it was even Kilkea Castle, but the food there is also like really good. So definitely worth checking out the Moon High Cross Inn. Now I'll mention some fun outdoor things to do. The first is the beach. Brittas Bay Beach was our first real beach day in Ireland, and it was just gorgeous. I mean, Ireland doesn't get,
how gorgeous.
It's not known for its beach days, but when it has one, there's just no comparison. It was just the most gorgeous August day. So Kiliny Beach, I kind of mentioned this earlier. It's close to Dawkey, so it's this really nice, like rocky beach, and you can walk to it from Dawkey, and there's a stunning view of the coastline. Sugarloaf Mountain, this is one of the more popular hikes near Dublin. It's considered moderate intensity, and it can be an hour or 2.5 hours depending on which route you choose. We went when it was like lashing rain, but there's still a beautiful view at the top with Irish fields and sheep. Leiry East Pier, this is Ireland's main pier, and leisurely it's probably about a half an hour walk to the end and back. What's cool about the pier is you can obviously see that it was built hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Sean and I have done this walk, run many times, and the view of Dublin City at the end just never gets old. I'm also going to just mention Wicklow in general, because Wicklow is a national park, and it's just so lush in greenery and beauty that there are lots of hikes to do around Wicklow, and we've definitely done some. So you simply can't go to Dublin and not visit Grafton Street. It's one of Europe's busiest shopping streets, and it's just bustling. There's loads of shopping, of course, but also lots of things to do and see. Trinity College is right around the corner. There's often some really good live musicians playing. Brown Thomas is like the Holt Renfrew of Ireland. It's a really beautiful department store. That's actually where Sean bought me my first Christmas gift, which was an Atelier perfume. 5 years later, it's still my signature perfume scent. I love it so much. That's just a little fun fact. Forget about Brown Thomas. Pennies, you definitely don't want to leave Ireland without going to Pennies. It has so many good finds. The quality is up there with some more higher end stores here in Toronto, but for like a quarter of the price. Pennies is really, really good, so it's definitely worth making a stop there. And when you're in the Grafton Street hub, there's loads of restaurants. If you're looking for something a little bit more fun and upscale, but not like fine dining, Cafe En Seine is a really fabulous restaurant. Great cocktails, great food. Looking for that more traditional Irish pub feel, then Temple Bar is a great shout. It's a pretty iconic pub in Dublin. All right, you guys, that wraps up this video on things to do in Ireland. I'm actually filming this conclusion from Florida because I just did not have time at home. But anyways, we got it done. If there's anywhere that you would like to mention that I didn't, I welcome you to share them in the comments. I'd love this to be like an ultimate things to do in the South Side of Ireland page. That would be awesome. Whatever you do, I hope you have such a special, amazing time and just enjoy every moment. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.